Hello, welcome everyone to our third show.
Good
Guada here.
evening. Good evening,
Hey, Carla.
Carla. Hi.
Okay, sige.
Yes.
Tonight, what we're going to be featuring are people, members of both the Beyond Kilig core team and some of them from the Love Rediscovered course. They're the
They're
ones who
called
actually came up. Well, yeah, they're called the BK Collective, and they're the ones that came up with our very first original song. So yeah, it's called Restless Soul. Yeah, but then before that,
we'll be featuring the song tonight.
yeah. So while
Everybody.
waiting for some persons to join us, yeah. So let's talk first about our previous experience. Well, our very latest show that we just had, our most recent guesting, the Oras ng Ligaya. So
First international guesting for Beyond Kilig.
yeah, so we had it in Las Vegas. Well, from my end, I was there for just a few weeks, and yeah, it so happened that it was also my first studio experience. So I did not expect that coming. So it was pretty cool. I was really nervous, and yeah, we had
Was it fun?
listeners. Yeah, it was fun because like I didn't expect that 1 hour would go by so fast. So yeah,
Ako,
and then our
parang
list.
in my
Huh? Go ahead.
experience naman, I feel na we were so, parang, everything was so spontaneous. Like, it's
Mm.
different kasi if it's us having a show and we get like command of when we're talking, what we're talking about. But when you're a guest in a radio show, like so many people like spontaneously, like, diba, they had guests pa coming in, like script writers from the Philippines, and that was like pretty last minute. So yes,
Yeah.
well, to me, it's so nerve-wracking compared to like the usual KBK episode because you'll never know when you're gonna talk and you'll never know what you're gonna be asked.
Yes. I agree. Yeah, I was really nervous, but it was fun. And a lot of people were acting. I mean, because in that show it wasn't just the three of us, but we also had the host of Oras ng Ligaya. So yeah, yeah.
It was nice
Okay.
bouncing off of them also, I think.
Yeah. And then what else? Our
We
other
also had that
guesting.
yeah.
Mm.
We also had that guesting with Kiko and Marian. They were the ones who represented the BK team. It's on Buhay Bahay by Alfie. It's a radio show naman this time.
Yeah, so that one was just last week. Yeah, that was
Last
just last
Sunday.
week. Last
Last
Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, we have like guestings left and right lately. So at least we get to let more people know about our advocacy and beyond Kilig. So another event that's happening tomorrow is the crash landing on TOB course. So that's tomorrow at 2 p.m. So there, I'm excited for that. So yeah, it's our first crash course. That's why kaya nga tawag natin doon crash landing on TOB. Parang from crash landing on you. Just changed it.
Yes.
Okay.
Gwags,
Sige.
parang kulang tayo. Ba't dalawa lang tayo?
Ano, surprise
Baka
na?
people are
Okay na
wondering
nating
why there's
surprise?
only the two of us, right?
Oo nga eh. Usually
Sige.
we're three.
Okay.
Oo. I thought
Without
naman
further
there was a
ado,
missing
yeah,
person.
we're going to introduce the members of BK Collective. So for those who miss Estelle, she's actually part of the BK Collective. You know who Estelle is, but just to be professional about it, she's a general dentist who is highly interested in the field of restorative or cosmetic dentistry. She is into the arts and has a knack for singing. S loves to travel and get involved in extracurricular activities. And then the other member of BK Collective is Kiko, Franz David Perez. He's a graduating journalism student at the University of Santo Tomas. He co-founded the St. Joseph podcast to celebrate the year in honor of Jesus' father. He volunteers by giving talks on virtuous leadership at Universitas Foundation and Sarangani Study Center. He enjoys learning, biking, singing, writing, programming, and editing. Hey Estelle! Hey Kiko!
Hi! Long time no see.
Oh,
Ayan, ayan. O go, Kiko. Say some words naman.
Hello! Rinig ba ako?
Yes, we can
yes.
hear you. We can
Welcome
hear
to
you.
KBK.
Wow.
Yeah.
we meet again.
Okay. Okay, it's not just them. There's actually two more. So Alex is a registered nurse and a transfer factor advocate for the immune system. So she also works as a sensitive skin makeup artist and is currently working part-time as a theology of the body teacher to senior high school students. So she's passionate about expressing herself creatively, whether through music, writing, or facilitating small group discussions. Alex loves helping people grow to be their authentic selves through truth and love. Okay, so it's not just her. Actually, the siblings that will be joining us tonight. So her brother is also part of BK Collective, and his name is Nico. So Nico's passionate about music, learning technology, and living a meaningful life. He is a remote software engineer and a multi-instrumentalist composer, playing guitar, bass, and piano. He is also a huge fan of Japanese, Korean music, food, and culture. Okay, let's add them in.
Welcome, Nico
There.
and Alex.
Yeah. Welcome. Okay.
Hello.
Okay, any words that you guys would want to add to like the intro that we mentioned?
Good.
I guess we never really expected this, but we're excited.
Yeah. It's cool that both of you guys are involved, even with the song. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool to have like, siblings and yeah, both of you like advocating TOB. That's cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
Moving on, no? Should we start? Since it's
Yeah.
KBK, Kwentuhang Beyond Kilig, parang very TOB. So, why TOB? I mean, what's your favorite? Like, what got you hooked on TOB? What's your favorite TOB principle?
Hala. What's the
Siguro
answer
I can
first?
start. Siguro I can start. Sige. So I'm not sure if most of you know Christopher West. So he's di ba, the TOB Institute president, di ba? If I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I remember si Carmela. She shared with us a video of him. It was entitled "Cry of the Heart," and it really spoke to me like very loud. Especially when he shared about his story of him and his wife talking and realizing that they didn't satisfy each other and parang they were joking nga na others might think that they're a couple thinking of divorce. But actually uh yung main message niya was that it's really only God who can change and satisfy the person completely, and that we have a God-shaped hole in our heart. So perfect din siya for me yung original theme song namin, Restless Soul. I think encapsulates the TOB message we want to convey. So yun, that's all I have to say.
Okay. Sige,
Kiko? Is Kiko next?
Okay, go ahead.
Well, kasi I first encountered TUB since I was in high school. And I never
Wow.
really found an outlet for it until Beyond Kilig. Actually, I didn't think it would be related to TUB. I was just wondering,
Really?
ano tong
Oh.
Beyond Kilig?
What
And
made
then,
you join?
okay, TUB. Okay. Sige, I'll try. I mean, because it's something I've been meaning to learn. Kasi sa high school, di naman tinuro sa amin explicitly what TUB is all about. I think one of the things I really loved hearing, which I think Carmela talked about in one of the recent sessions, was the language of the body. Or I think last month pa yata to eh. And I also saw this in the book of Jason Everett,
Mm.
how this language of the body is so crucial that it unites the gift of the Eucharist, of the giving of oneself, of the body of the human person. So even the words of God, of our Lord, yung "this is my body" can also somehow equate to the language of the total self-giving of both spouses in that very act of, so ako, I'm just blown away, and somehow I don't know paano namin to na-translate into the song.
Well, I think that's what you guys will be explaining later, no? Parang theology of the body and music, and of course this song. Yeah, like I have a lot to ask.
Okay,
Okay.
my sister wants me to go next, so
I hope she didn't
I'll
force you into taking, the love rediscovered
no,
course
it's
with
fine.
Beyond Kilig. Like, really,
I'll take this.
what made you
My
join?
brother is very
Huli.
good brother.
It's a good question. My sister did force me. I'm just kidding. Half forced me, half. So she said that it was an opportunity, and I reflected and I thought you have to make time for important things, and yeah, so I decided I'll do my best, and I'm happy to be here. And the concept I want to share actually really strikes me because it's something I knew but I didn't actually know how to coin it. And when I read
Mhm.
it, I'll just read it because I don't want to want to make sure its essence is kept. It's
Mhm.
called purity of heart, and it's the freedom to see the body in its true dignity as an expression of the inner person, rather than as an object for the satisfaction of one's own desires. And it's a virtue acquired by practicing temperance, which is a gift of the Holy Spirit. And when I read that, and I really thought, wow, so that's just that's just it. Like you have to make sure you see people for who they are, not just as objects. And if you don't mind, I want to share this last quote by Pope John Paul II. Only the nakedness that makes woman an object for a man, or vice versa, is a source of shame. The fact that they were not ashamed means that the woman was not an object for the man, nor he for her. So yeah, that's something I really like because you can ask this as a daily prayer to remind you that we're all created in His image and we should be able to see beyond just superficial.
Yeah. Like, can I just add to that? Like, the whole concept of purity of heart, like, there's actually a lot to unpack to it. Like, before I got interested with theology of the body and learn more about it, like, before it's just like, okay, purity of heart, okay, chastity, and as long as you're like abstaining while you're single, like that's it. But really, there's more to it than that. It's way deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How do you, Alex? From your end?
For me,
Yeah.
I
What's
think
very
I'll actually
striking?
be answering a bit more of it while I explain the lyrics. But to give overview, I got into BK because of Guada forced me. No, I'm just kidding. I was always interested in being able to live out the faith in a practical way that didn't seem, you know, preachy and something that was really relevant. So I was very drawn to talks like from Jason Everett, Leah Darrow. I would attend those talks when we were still in Cebu at that time. And then when I found out about theology of the body, um, I guess I was kind of struck because sometimes you think, yeah, I'll think about that more, but when will I actually take the time to sit down and try to unpack things that I think have answers that people are really looking for? So I think what was beautiful about our Beyond Kilig community is that it's a community and we're able to journey together. And so one of my very favorite um, concepts about theology of the body is how it um, frees people to love in a way that's authentic and it's not just a cliche. Like if you really unpack it, um, there's so much more to it. So you can learn about those things more when we talk about the lyrics in the song. So I'll touch
I
on it
think
more
Yeah.
then.
I think Alex is already so
Super
excited to talk
agree.
about the
Yeah.
list. I mean, I think we have some comments here. Like, okay, Kiko, you have a fan? In case you want to shout out.
Wow.
Yeah.
A fan
Okay.
fan. Joke lang. Just kidding.
Okay. And then we
Ayun.
also have Kim. Okay, sa mga ates daw.
Uy, hindi kami ate.
Yeah,
Si
no.
Kimi.
Grabe.
Yeah, si Kimi.
Mag-edit
Timidora.
lang tayo, Kim. Yeah. So anyways, kung meron kayong gustong i-shout out, sabihin niyo lang. And to those who are joining us tonight, like as we go through the show, in case you guys have questions, feel free to ask then, no? So it would be nice not to ask ito Estelle, Tico, Nico, and Alex because they're the ones behind the song. There are also other persons, but of course they'll be representing them. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
So okay, first one I'd like to ask what two things. So what made you guys decide to come up with the song? And then the second one is the
Okay.
title.
Okay, the title.
Okay, go,
Okay,
go,
sige.
go ahead.
So
Go,
actually,
Estelle.
in one Love Rediscovered session, Carmela asked Marian Lopez, she's another TOB speaker, to sing "Sino Ako" by Jamie Rivera. And
Mm,
then, like, I remember being so moved by the way she sang it,
mm-hmm,
and the lyrics of the song. And then in another session, when Kat Aristorenas, also another TOB speaker, sang the Adele song, yung, ano nga yun? Make You Feel My
To make
Love?
you feel
Yeah,
my love.
yeah.
okay. Yun. For the participants. And I noticed how I was observing that the participants were reacting very well. And after that session, si Carmela, bigla siyang nagsabi na, she brought up na, why don't you compose an original song? So that got me thinking talaga, because you know how music can speak to so many people, coming from all walks of life. So we all know kasi, diba, that we can relate to music, kasi nga it's also a form of expression and communication. So, sakto kasi, I was looking through TOB Institute Virtual Conference, and they had an artist track section.
Mm-mm.
So, it also made me very interested to do an original theme song, appealing to everyone. So, yun, I wanted it to be a universal song. So I think maybe a week after, I messaged you, Wads. I was like,
Yeah.
Wads, I'm like interested to do an original theme song nga, with to start a group with Marian Lopez and some of the Love Rediscovered participants. So I tapped Alex din kasi she knew many of the Love Rediscovered participants, and we were actually in the same chorale before, so I knew she had some music inclinations. And she offered to help despite her busy life. And she also gave me a heads up na she never wrote a song. Pero
Ay, naku, mga heads
nagsusulat.
up.
Oo nga, pero
Mga
nagsusulat siya
heads
ng
up.
ano, ng poem. So I was like, okay. And then she also got to ask Nico to join. And si Kiko naman, I mean, I have always eyed him. Kasi one
Artistahin kasi
participant,
yan eh. Joke lang.
kaya nga, diba? No, and all the
Mas
more
artista si
kasi,
Nico.
no, all the more kasi one participant, si May, she was vouching for him na magaling na bata, sabi niya sa group chat. So yun.
May videos naman kasi, Kiko, 'di ba? You've been posting it na parang, okay, the song's dedicated to ganito, ganyan.
For private
Yan,
consumption.
discovered ka na. Discovered ka na.
Love rediscovered.
Kiko discovered.
Talent discovered.
Talent discovered.
Yeah. So yun, we decided to start like our group. And actually, I'll never forget the date kasi it's a feast day. So it was August 2, Feast of Our Lady of the Angels.
Hmm.
So gabi talaga lights namin that night. we 'di ba, like, who is that? I think
Super.
it was Nico and Lennon ata, or Kiko. They started
I
Mhm.
think
getting their guitar.
everyone was so amazed. Like we
Even
did
si
not
Omar.
expect. We didn't
Ay, si
expect
Omar din,
everyone
yeah.
to just jive the way they did. That was our legitimate first meeting.
Wait lang. Pakita ko yan. May picture ako. Sinend ni Estelle to sa akin. Wait lang.
Yeah,
Wait
it was
lang.
so
Sige,
amazing.
Pag
mamaya.
ano,
Once
no,
it's
pag
uploaded.
inspired talaga, ibang level.
I think
Yeah.
It
if
reminds me
it's
of the time, yung first post natin sa Beyond Kilig. Start din gano'n na parang someone just says, hey, maybe we should post something for ano, St. Joseph. And then parang, I think, within a few minutes, meron na tayong caption. Tapos within a few hours, meron ng post. And like, okay, ang galing. Is it his will? Talagang parang everything just flows.
Can I just say, yung very first post natin sa Facebook, like, nagparamdam si Saint Joseph dyan, ha? Because, dude, our very first post, biglang, ang dami ng likes and shares. Like, until now, like, out of all of our posts, it has the most. Like, 200 plus shares, then
Talaga.
how many views? 30K views. Like, our very first one. So, we're like, okay, Saint Joseph, patron saint ka namin. Ito na yung ito na yung picture. Pakita ko lang sa kanila ng first meeting niyo. Ayan. Yeah.
Oh my God, my modifier. My
Ready,
modifier.
oh. Totoo bang first meeting to?
Yes.
But ready sila.
Oh,
4 hours, guys.
Literally,
4
the first
hours.
meeting.
Yeah, 4 hours we were able to come up with. I
Galing.
think Nico, diba? Nico, you started playing ata.
Yeah. Actually, I was playing, and then everybody would just try to add something, and
No
it
way.
was
Like,
nice.
Galing.
Kind of
So
got
coming
the
to
back.
meet
melody was
in the
really
first meeting?
I
Sorry.
think
Sorry.
meron na? May melody na agad in first meeting pa lang?
Yeah. Pretty much. We
Oh.
created the
Wow.
structure.
yeah, because we were
right then
trying
and there.
to think about how it would go. I think we were expecting it to be more of a hi hello, and then all of a sudden you're like, why don't we just try? We just try doing stuff now.
That's so cool. It's like
Galing!
legit jamming, but then this time it's like virtual. I mean, those things are actually possible even
It was actually
virtually.
really hard because there was so much delay.
Lag.
So every sound would be delayed by 2
Uh-huh.
seconds. It was really weird to kind of make sense of that, but I think somehow we were able to kind of figure things out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think that's one of the beautiful things about this experience. It's that
Mhm.
I would like to think we all became friends because of it, and we got to know people we never expected to get to know in that kind of manner.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think
And
yan nga yung
Alex,
sinasabi ni Carmela. Ayan, no? Music is powerful daw.
yeah, there.
Yun.
Yes, totoo.
So si
Brings
Alex
people
kasi
together.
that night kasi si Alex, she already had like the first 2 lines, diba? I think you had the first 2 lines na
Lyrics?
of the song.
Yeah,
Oo,
because I heard it from them. So everybody, I think it was a very collaborative effort in the sense that everyone was building up from everyone else. So Nico already had a tune, and then people were building
And
from it.
Marian, yeah,
Yeah,
Marian did.
Marian, you and Marian, Omar,
Tune.
Sess, Kiko,
Yeah.
Lennon.
No, and
The
yeah.
instruments were just coming out of nowhere.
Grabe.
Wow. Galing. Ang
Let's just
galing.
remind our audience that these people are not musicians. They are not
Yeah.
musicians by profession.
For the first
They
time.
just jammed and then came up with the melody within 4 hours. And may part pa ng lyrics. Ang galing!
Kasi Estelle and Marian challenged us. They gave us a deadline on the weekend.
Wait,
And at
what's
first
the
people
total
were like,
time? Like, how long did it take to come up with this song, by the way? I mean, yeah.
The whole song? It was a
Yeah.
month. It was a month. But then,
I think even less.
oh nga, even less because
Kasi
actually we
nakaka-pressure
asked
deadlines mo. Joke lang.
So, si
Yeah,
Estelle
but
pala
I think-
talaga.
yeah, but I think at the core of it, aside from Estelle and Marian driving us out of concern for launching it during their international interview, I think the core of it was really love for, doing it for love for our Lord. So, yeah, I think that's what really bonded us together.
Wait,
And
can
love
I
for
just
music.
can I just say the very end we'll be playing it. So yon, please
stick around.
stick around so that you know what we're talking about, no? Like, yeah. We're not hindi
Alam mo,
yung maganda yung song.
What makes it, like, for me, what I like about it is every time I let people listen to it, I let my sister listen to it, she says na it sounds so characteristically like Filipino, but also like parang professional, but also like parang which to me is what Beyond Kilig is. It's TOB, Pinoy taste. Guess mo, it's nice, it's well made, but it's proudly Filipino. And ang galing lang na even the song that you guys came up with, it reflects that, the BK flavor. Ang galing. Who decided to come up with that? The tone na hindi siya slow, hindi siya parang love song, hindi siya kayo lang talaga. Was
Yeah,
it more
sobrang
of
chill ng
like
beat. It's chill and fun yung beat.
oo.
I think we decided it on the first meeting, like what we don't
Yes,
want
first
to
meeting.
sound like. Like,
Mm.
because Estelle mentioned, right, that she went through the list of available songs. And nothing against like country music or whatever, but there was a couple who had country music, and then we thought that might not be as appealing to the Filipino audience. And then some people were saying we don't want it to sound too. Nothing against also praise worship songs, but we wanted it to be accessible and universal to anyone who hears. Because some people are allergic. I mean,
Mm.
like if they think it's a mass song or a church song, parang okay. But
You kind of
we
box
wanted
it
to,
for church.
yeah, we
You wanted
wanted to
outside of
invite
that.
them into it. Kind of going from
At first, we were deciding what kind of sound we wanted to go for,
because that was like the
and I
foundation.
think some people said. I think one of our other members was saying they wanted reggae, but I was kind of like, I don't know if reggae. Like, reggae would be beautiful to
Rap.
experiment with, like
Yeah.
a DJ-centered reggae song. But I kind of wasn't like, yeah, I felt like something more, I guess, palatable for everybody, like something that's easier to just digest without having to think, oh, I don't really like this kind of sound. So um, the song actually kind of has a lot of elements that are similar to other bands. Like one would be Coldplay, in the sense it has a very uplifting vibe. It's kind of one of the influences for the song, and also Switchfoot, which is a Christian band that actually
There you
did
go.
not do the whole worship like very centric. It was more like very subtle, but they have themes that are very Christian, but they don't package it as in a way that's like Hillsong, which is completely like
Mhm.
specifically focused on sounding like a worship type vibe.
Praise.
And I think one other thing was this is not like a common genre. It's called math rock.
Oh,
It's
what's that? I
Yeah,
don't
if you want
even
to be
know
more
there's such a.
one of
technical,
the genres that
Hmm.
I really like listening to is math rock. It's you can explain basically it's like instrumental but complex with different different elements that are going on at the same time. So I kind of wanted to incorporate that, but with the song, like everybody's inputs as well, and kind of figuring out how to make it upbeat but also singable. So it was quite challenging. But after the first meeting, it was crazy because the first meeting alone, we were able to get more or less the song structure, kind of the
Mhm.
unpolished version, and all I had to do was just kind of refine that and combine and add more layers.
Neo, can I ask? Because I mean, you're the like composer for yeah, you composed it, and at the same time, like you play different instruments. That's why we could hear that also in the song. Is this your
Yeah,
first, your first song ever, or like you also had, you make your own
this is
songs
my
also?
first, I would say, professional attempt at producing a song. But
Uh-huh.
I've written multiple songs over the years, instrumental mostly with both guitar and
Mm.
bass. So yeah, I
Mm.
play a lot of instrumental music,
Sample.
but also covers. So, but I don't sing. Kiko's are
Okay,
Kiko,
well, you know
Kiko and
what?
Estelle.
Who knows, Nico? Later on, you just play a tune, and then Kiko might come up with lyrics. I don't know. Just like randomly.
Actually,
Just
that's why
kidding. I
we.
don't know.
No, actually, that's why I was
Yeah.
telling Estelle, like, BK Collective as a name is perfect, because then we can channel everybody's creative input and musicality and create even more songs. Because I think Marian was even saying,
Yeah.
when's the album coming out? I'm like, wait, relax. Like, but as a collective, people who are invited to participate here will definitely be able to share their talent and come up with more
Mm.
beautiful music. Yeah.
yeah, and I think
Yeah, that's
collective
really
is very
nice.
appropriate
Mhm.
because it's not just
Mhm.
those who are non-musical. We asked for lots of prayers for this. So thank you for everyone who prayed
Aw,
for all of the behind the scenes that was
Yeah, who
happening.
listened to
ayan.
it and gave
Gave
feedback.
feedback.
Oo.
Ayun, no? Tingnan mo, sabi ni
Mhm.
Ses, oh, so much faith
Shout
in
out
us,
to
oh, song of
Stas.
the year daw.
Song of the
Hi,
year.
Seth.
Wait, can I just say, like, speaking of talent, diba you mentioned, Nico, that people who join, with Beyond Kilig or even our TOB choruses and stuff, like, we can channel it to actually, yeah, help us come up with other songs. And really, that's what I also want, no? Like, for Beyond Kilig, it's not just for songs, but really, I want this to be a platform or, like, through this advocacy of theology of the body, I mean, each of us all have our own set of talents, and yeah, why not channel it into helping people know about these teachings, helping people heal. I mean, like, it's there's so many things that it can do. I mean, music is also a way for a person to heal, right? I
Yeah.
mean, there's so
Definitely.
many things that can um that a person's talent can do. Yeah,
Parang we
the
can
fact that
use our gifts, be
So
gifts to
yes,
others for that.
yeah. Shout out to
yeah,
animators out there who want to.
Wow.
Who want also to share the
Nag-impeach na
TOB
ba?
message.
Yeah. I mean, I think anyone can be an influencer in any way. I mean, the fact that there's pandemic, so everyone's all online. And yeah, here actually we can have like the community of people who'd want to advocate TOB through various talents. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, biglang dami ko nang sinabi, no?
No, I think that's a fun part
So
about
the
thing. It's
yeah,
conversational. It's like among friends.
Okay. Alex, I mean, I know you took care of the lyrics, so what's the inspiration behind it?
Oh well, where do I start? Let me pull up the lyrics. Actually, at that time, I started also out teaching part time theology of the body for grade 12 students. So medyo na-pressured ako to make sure that the message is like the substance is true, but at the same time it's able to reach out to the hearts of people without being too theologically overwhelming. So I think from one of the things while I was reviewing the curriculum for the TOB for the girls, I was trying to look for keywords or phrases that might hopefully strike the hearts of people in an inviting way. And one of the things that I noticed was the phrase unrepeatable gift. So you'll actually find it in the chorus. I don't know if we have a slide with the lyrics or how you want me to go through it, but um, one of the core, one of the most core beautiful things about TOB is that um, loving God, loving others through loving God, right? Like being a gift because of be centering that identity as a child of God, you are a gift, and then you can love others through being a gift to others, and that you are unique in that sense. So that's why um, it's actually a conversation. If you notice, people are responding to each other. So the first verse is anyone out there? I can't seem to move on from things that are keeping me from me. So um, I don't know whatever, you know, I think suffering is so personal and you cannot compare it to other people. But if you invite God to that suffering, uh, then that can help you move on from whatever you think is keeping you from being authentically yourself. So this is like a call out, this first verse. And then the second one is I can't understand why I am who I am. Who am I? What am I supposed to be? And I think this is an ongoing struggle for everyone. We're always trying to figure things out and try to understand our purpose and the meaning behind our life, the mystery of suffering, finding love and the truth. Like what Estelle said, there's that restlessness in you that's when you find out it's only a God shaped hole that can really fill that restlessness. So when we go to the chorus, um, which Kiko and Estelle sing very well, we open with Don't be scared. I see you, come near me. So I think sometimes one of the things that people are so thirsty and hungry for is to really be seen for who they are and to find that peace. And so that's why we were inviting them to that. That's why the next line is here's the space just for you in my heart. Because with God, like, yes, we're imperfect. Yes, we have our own struggles and difficulties. But just as you are, with Him, you're always enough. And that's why the next line is Restless Soul. That was inspired from the quote of Saint Augustine. I'm probably paraphrasing this really badly, but our hearts are restless until they rest in
Restless
you.
until they rest
And
in
that's
you.
such a
Yeah.
deep truth. I think when you hear that, it can never leave your mind. So that's why we called it Restless Soul. Hear my call to be the unrepeatable gift you are. And then it's interesting because the chorus is actually two parts. So somebody answers, I'm not scared, you see me, you know me, beyond the broken parts of my heart. And I think this is one of the most beautiful things in TOB. It reminds us that we are more than the parts of ourselves. Like we are more than just our sexuality, we are more than just our struggles. We are like we are children of God. We already loved. So with you, I am free to be called to love from the start. So just some interesting trivia. Yeah, it's kind of, there are different meanings behind this, but I am free to be called to love from the start. So, the start of love himself is God. So the love that we see in the world and around us is just a reflection of his love for us. So imagine that. And sometimes I think we forget that God is the one who wants us to be the most happy and at peace. And sometimes we can look at him from a, so I don't know the things that we associated our faith with, but there can be that pain. So that's why it's an invitation to start again, to begin again with him, also to begin again in confession, because honestly, that's what life, I mean, trying to live your life is worth trying for, beginning again and again towards love. And sorry, I'll just quickly go through the third and fourth verses. I'm almost done. So
Wait,
I'm here.
hold it,
Oh, go
Alex.
ahead, Guada, go ahead.
There's some comments here about the lyrics. I totally agree. The lyrics is it's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot
Okay.
that can be said about it and reflected on it. Another one here.
Kasi, yeah, because I actually,
There. Yes,
thank
very
you,
meaningful.
Martina. Thank you, Nina. I think medyo biased sila, but I'll take it. I'll take it for the whole team. Kasi Estelle and I, we actually wrote drafts together, and then I pieced it together. And Estelle actually was responsible for some of the lines here in this third verse, diba, Estelle? So I'm
Yeah.
here, I can hear you. I know your body and your soul is longing for this journey now. So Estelle was one of the ones really included. We really wanted to include body and soul, because I think one thing that's really overlooked now is that you are not just your body, but you are your body and you are your soul. And so whatever you do to your body, you're doing it. It's like you cannot separate those two. And so
Mm,
I think that's such a beautiful thing to reflect on. And then, so
mm,
longing for this journey now. So it's a journey. And then finally, we'll walk there together. So reminding ourselves that we're not alone. That's why when I said everyone's suffering is personal, from that also everybody's learnings and the grace that you learn from that, you can share to the people around you. That's why your journey is so personal that you are the only one who can share whatever you learn from the journey that God gives you. That's why you're here for a purpose. So more than pieces, you are whole. So truth and love will show us how. So I'll just highlight that last part, because I think sometimes people really want to find love, but sometimes they forget that love cannot be love without truth, and truth cannot be truth without love, so they have to go together. That's why I think you will really find that so many answers in theology of the body. So I really invite people to really take the time to study it and to try to invite God to let you reflect on those things. So that's the purpose that we hope through the lyrics and the song, for people, like, to invite them to do that. So that's a very rough summary. I hope it made sense, and I hope it answered your question.
Yeah, it's so true. It's
yeah.
so true. Feeling ko nga, like if people who hear this song can relate to it, and you don't know anything about theology of the body, I invite you to get to know theology of the body, because if you can relate to the song, a lot of the questions in your mind will actually be answered if you get to know theology of the body more.
Actually, thinking about it, I think it's very much like intro to TOB. Kasi their key phrases there. That's very, TOB. Like the one you said, unrepeatable gift, um, restless soul. Yeah. Estelle, Kiko, would you guys like to add to that? I mean, inspirations you
Yeah,
guys got while
I was
making
yeah,
it
yeah.
and
I was
singing it?
gonna say about just the vocalist part, no? Kasi we really wanted it like, male and female, 'di ba? Kasi POV din. And then answering each other's questions. And then I really thought, okay, Kika's the perfect male vocalist na. But then we were having a hard time picking the female. We had obstacles. So I think parang 2 days before, I think we compile. I mean, Omar and Nico compiled the whole song. That's when Nico became Simon Cowell.
Wow.
So he was our deciding factor. Yeah, so parang nag-audition kaming tatlo.
Wow, may audition!
kami ni Alex,
Nilaglag,
ni
grabe.
Marian.
No, I was not part.
So yeah. And
We
Estelle, we
still
always
have
do
proof
vicinity.
for that.
yeah, we still have
Kiko, we're friends, diba, Kiko?
Pwede naman ibang versions. We can make different
Oo.
The
styles.
solo
Pwede naman.
versions.
Uy,
Yeah.
maganda yun Like, guys, tapos girl, para, you know.
Oo.
Girl power.
But si Kiko was really the one who made you explain it, Kiko.
Go, go,
Yeah,
go.
explain. Please explain the
How
behind
he
the scenes,
explain.
Kiko.
Well, kasi sa totoo lang, I think that was the second meeting, no? And then,
Yes.
I think I came in very early to the meeting. So, na on the spot ako nila, Alex at ni Esther, at ni Marian. So, parang, we can't really get the right tone for the chorus. And then, sabi ko, okay, I have to think about it. And then they were like, what if you make one now out of nowhere? Just try singing it. Sige na, ganyan. Okay, fine. Okay, let's play and record it. And then I start singing it and then biglang yung mukha nila parang it's melting na parang, ayan, nahulog talaga yung camera. Parang yung mukha nila, bumagsak na parang, saan yan galing? So, okay. I guess yun na yung naging chorus na lumabas from the song. So, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, it was very beautiful. Like the first time we heard it,
Dami
we
ko
were
lang
like,
kwento, no?
chill.
Yeah, and that was the reference that we still used for the final melody.
Yes.
For the chorus. Or,
The
for the
chorus.
chorus.
for the chorus.
Mm,
And I
so
think
team
we were
effort
able to
talaga.
add mga turns and twists pa dun sa ginawa ni Alex sa mga verses.
Mga runs and riffs. Parang true.
Yeah.
Yun.
I love how collaborative
Imagine,
it
first
is.
take yun. First take yun ni Kiko sa chorus.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was very raw.
Actually,
Yep,
first take din sa first meeting natin.
Actually, I also want
Sa akin pa
to.
ba yung recording na yun?
I want to credit also all the other persons who were on that call in the
Yes.
first meeting, because
Super.
when we were doing the arrangement,
Mhm.
it was not possible to do it without the input.
Yes.
So even Marian, when she was singing her, trying to make sense of the verse, she was just saying na 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 na, but it was like somehow I kind of interpolated that into something. And then Omar and I were just like discussing our music, like, is that an F sharp or no? It's like, and I was like, no, this isn't it. And then and then Kiko was playing the layer. I was telling him, Kiko, let's play it like this, and then Omar was doing his own thing in the background. Yeah, when we left that meeting, then they just said, okay, Nico, like make sense of that. Make a scratch track, and I'm like, what? Okay. Yeah, but then I was super excited, when I was given this opportunity. My sister told me it's a chance to really do something that can be meaningful for people, and
Yeah,
you
use
can
your
finally
talent.
use your
I was his number one
use your
fan.
talent. So I was like, okay, I'll try.
Talent nga.
Yes.
I've never
Grabe,
really
no?
put
Did you
on
ever
probably
think?
in many years, so
Did you
I'll have
ever
like stage
think going
fright
into TOB? Did you ever think going into TOB that you would end up on ganitong level?
no,
Like your
actually,
music
no.
being played
I have to really
internationally.
I also have to
Guys,
really
may
credit
nagtatanong
the fact that Estelle and Guada and the deadlines were so tight. It kind of forced me to push myself. So I didn't tell this, or I told this
Ang
actually, but I don't know if I mentioned
pressure.
earlier. I slept
Wait.
at
May
Parang twice
nagtatanong
listen
a
to the song.
sleepless night.
Sorry, may nagtatanong where can we listen to the song po? So I'm not sure when we can
Nagsasample
post
si
it
Alex
for
at si Nico na yun.
We can
Oo
play it
nga.
after, but we're gonna release the final
Yeah.
the production quality version soon.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
mastered
Soon.
by
Yun.
Omar.
Yeah,
YouTube or
Omar and I are
Spotify.
still
Oo.
working on fine
Sige,
tuning.
sige.
Yeah, but we were team no sleep for a while.
Yeah, I slept at the final version of the initial draft. Actually, I didn't sleep, and actually that was the crazy part because I didn't sleep until 2 p.m. So I was like, I don't know how I managed to get the
Whoa.
energy to do it, but I was like, I was like praying, like I have to finish this because if we don't finish this scratch track, the vocalists can't really add the lyrics and sing on top of it.
Yeah,
So that
so
was really like, I guess I thought extra strength that day from the prayers siguro.
Di ko set the standards high talaga.
Sobra.
Di
Tapos
ba,
yung
Kiko?
deadlines, nakaka-pressure pa. Joke lang.
Yeah, that's for us to keep moving forward, guys. O,
but I
diba?
think we have to admit we also had a lot of chikahan sessions in between.
Yeah, so we made friends through a song. So music is really
Yeah.
powerful,
Yes.
as Carmela said.
Ayun, TOB in music. Kiko, baka you'd want to expound on that.
Mm.
Hala, na on the spot ako. Iba yung iniisip ko. Ang iniisip ko was, ano,
Pero
actually,
baka
I
hindi
just
ka
want,
naman sa music, di ba? I mean, relating it with theology of the body. Like,
well, I
or,
guess, yung ano, the one I said earlier, language of the body. And then you discover gifts along the way in your life, music, other talents and all. So I guess it becomes an extension of that also to, I mean, if language of the body is all about showing the image of God in you. So I guess music adds a certain flavor, parang acquired taste to it. Pero I was thinking about the lyrics, 'di
o
ba?
go.
Medyo comprehensive yung ano commentary ni Alex sa
Oo nga
song.
eh. O go
Pero I was
lyrics.
thinking,
Simplified version.
na ano, in my own case, I think even if ako sawa na ako rin with the context na because of the pandemic and then people feel people feel broken and difficult not just because of the relationships and all but I mean because nga yung we try and try again, we begin and begin again. I think the song is really, very helpful in a sense that if it's like you're engaging in a conversation with God, then it's Him mismo telling you that you should not be afraid. He sees you from the beginning. He saw you before even the pandemic. He tells you to come near you and you have to relax. You have to, even if it's not easy, but and then slowly you start coming out of your shell, not to be afraid. I'm not scared. You see me, you know me beyond the broken parts of my heart. So somehow uh, I find myself in that song, parang empathy, so to speak. So I guess I can relate to the song uh, in a certain way. So I
Which is
hope
why you
people can
sang it
also relate to it.
so
Yeah.
beautifully.
Parang Ben and
Baka yung
Ben
Holy
daw.
Spirit na yun.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
made
a
me.
lot of people said Ben and Ben.
Yeah, actually,
Grabe.
pwede ng Ben and Ben levels yung song natin. Nice. It's really catchy.
Baka Ben and Ben pa mag-cover.
Actually,
Wow.
Kiko was so considerate. Like we were giving him suggestions on how to adjust, and after the take, it was already like, yeah, sing it with
Action
like
agad.
more, parang a bit more rock or like more feelings,
Oh,
move your
yeah, we were
hands.
telling him feedback. Oo. The feels, the
Grabe.
feels.
Ang sakit. I felt broken again. Joke lang.
The
Wow.
goodness of your heart.
Joke lang.
Grabe.
Hindi, okay lang. It's part of
Parang
the
recording
process.
artist din talaga, no? May mga input din yung mga managers.
Importante. Importante.
But yeah, it was always free flowing discussion. I
to
think for
get
most
to
of the
that,
aspects
yeah.
of the song. So that was really cool.
So, yun.
Ay nako,
Go,
I think
Carla.
the people are really so excited na to
Then they
hear
want to
it.
hear
Kasi we've been talking about it, di ba?
Ganito. Let's
Don't worry
make them hear.
soon.
Baka may question silang gustong itanong after they watch it.
I have something
Pwede.
I have something to say.
Oh, sige, go.
Si Lennon, Lennon Ramirez.
Oh my gosh, Lennon.
I always said, oh, he's a dark horse. He was trying to save the night.
Grabe si
Kasi
Lennon.
prior to our Oras Ning Ligaya live interview with Tita Josie, yung sa Las Vegas. I was like, oh my gosh, who can make our lyric video? Kasi yung BK team who was supposed to help us, nag-crash yung laptop. So, I was like, guys, sino pwede mag lyric video? So, yun, si Lennon was the one who said, okay, he can volunteer to help out with the lyric video kasi he had some sort of video editing background. So, kami ni Alex, like, was it the day before? The day before ba?
Parang, yeah.
Yeah, the
So
day
medyo
before.
pressured si Omar,
Oo.
Nico, and Lennon. Yeah.
Yeah. So yun, we managed to put everything together. It was really a masterpiece, you know? Yun.
Masterpiece.
Yeah.
Oh, masterpiece.
Grabe.
Artistic eh.
Baka we're hyping them up so much that it's like. But yeah, it was a masterpiece, I think, of a lot of generosity and love on people's time. So best effort yun with the time we had.
Yeah. Very patient then. Very patient everyone.
Super patient.
Guys, can I just say the song naka-LSS siya?
I think we should let them listen to it na parang
Okay, go, go,
people
go.
are clamoring for it. We should let them listen
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah. Suspense na masyado, no? Sige,
Oh
go.
my
Let's
gosh.
go. Sige,
Game na
sige.
Oh.
tayo. Sige.
Game,
Game the
game.
game.
Sige.
Is anyone out there? I can't seem to move on from things that are keeping me from me.
I can't understand why I and how I am, who am I? What am I supposed to be?
Don't be scared, I see you come near me. Here's the space just for you in my heart. Restless soul, you might call to be the unrepeatable gift you are. I'm not scared, you see me, you know me. Beyond the broken parts of my heart, with you I'm free to be called to love from the start. I'm here, I can hear you. I know your body and your soul is longing for this journey now. We'll walk there together, you're more than pieces, you are whole. Truth and love will show us how. Don't be scared, I see you come near me. Here's the space just for you in my heart. Restless soul, you might call to be the unrepeatable gift you are. I'm not scared, you see me, you know me. Beyond the broken parts of my heart, with you I'm free to be called to love from the start, to love from the start, to love from the start, from the brokenness of my heart.
I love it. Especially like the blending and bandang end, like the music and the beat.
Ang
Yeah.
galing.
Yeah, no.
I don't think in-overhype natin siya. I think people who hear it would say, that's sakto lang.
I want to keep
Ang
hearing
galing, the
it.
more I
That's why
listen to it,
like
the more I love it. Yes.
I can't wait for it to be released so we can listen to it like a lot, when we want it all the time. Yeah. Yun.
Baka Kiko, you wanna say something
Or baka
for the
gusto mo live. Oh, kanta naman live.
Ayan na.
Yung chorus.
Go,
Ayan na.
go Estelle, go
Go
Kiko.
Estelle, go Kiko.
Wait, maglalag.
Hindi maglalagyan.
You were
Wait lang.
preparing for this
Okay.
moment.
Ay, nako. O sige na nga.
Okay.
Mag-usap muna kayo. I have to tune my guitar. Wait lang.
Wow!
Oh!
You know.
Wow!
Kiko, okay lang. I can do it for you.
Oh!
Ayun,
wow.
yun.
Pag BK talaga kalad ka rin, no?
He's stalling
Oo nga
kasi. Kiko, don't stall.
Wow! Wait, to our audience ha, baka may mga questions kayo na gustong i-ask? Gustong itanong? Do let us know.
Wow.
Baka I can play for a while, okay?
Cool. Wow, may live version. First time to ah.
Oo nga.
Ayan no, may mga
Nakabahan ako.
nag-aantay na.
You know the sounds at the end is
Mga
actually solo.
if
It sounds like
interested
a
kayo
xylophone, but it's
sa
actually guitar.
POV.
Kiko, ikaw na lang ba?
Okay.
Para walang lag?
Yeah, para
Okay.
walang lag. Baka...
Sige.
Oo, ikaw na lang. Solo ka na lang.
Hindi nga ako
Wow.
sure sa...
I still support Kiko naman.
Ay, I'll try to support.
Hindi.
Kasi baka mag-lag.
Baka hindi,
Ay,
baka mag-lag eh.
By
Okay
the
lang
way,
to.
but Kiko, ba't ako yung
okay,
focus? I don't
Ako
want to
na
make him
lang.
the focus.
Yeah.
Kiko!
Yun!
Ay,
Go, Kiko!
patay. Ba't ako lang?
Yay! Uy, ikaw
Ba-
lang.
Ba't ako lang?
Wait, click mo yung isa, the one beside it. Yung isa.
May...
Ba't
No?
ako pa din?
Ako, yeah.
Yun, yan.
Okay. No, but I'm not sure with the chords. Wait lang. Rinig ba na mabuti?
Yes.
Sobrang
Yes, we can
on the
hear it.
spot na ah.
With
Okay.
with
Ayun naman,
Yeah,
kahit sa
yun,
live
siya.
version. Oh, ayan.
Oo nga eh. Teka lang.
May fans ka na.
Bubuksan ko yung lyrics.
The fan sign.
Baka
The fan sign.
ganito ba naging famous si Ben and Ben? Joke lang. Okay, wait lang.
Practice. Don't forget us how to
Matagal
throw
to,
it. Become
Kiko!
famous.
Okay. Rinig ba?
Yes, yes.
Is anyone out there I can't seem to move on from? Things that are keeping me from you. Can't understand why and now I am who am I? What am I supposed to be?
Sabay-sabay.
Don't be scared, 'cause you need me. Here's no space just for you in my heart. Restless soul, my bones are beyond me. If you are, I'm not scared. We are the broken parts of my heart. You are love from the start. I'm here, I can hear you. I know your body and your soul is waiting for this journey now. We're walking together, you're more than just you are. Love to show us how. Don't be scared. Here's a space for you in my heart. Restless soul in my heart. If you are, I'm not scared. You're the broken parts of my heart. If you are free to be more, to love from the start. To love from the start. From the brokenness of my heart. To love from the start.
Okay, hindi ko lalo pang ginawa.
Ayan. Okay, I hear naman Nico playing the guitar.
Yeah, that's the
Thank you,
extension. That's the part of Estel.
Estel, joke lang. From Alex and Nico, you're in the same room. So I'm sure it's not gonna lag if it's both of you.
Oo nga, dapat si Alex ang pumunta.
Oh, sige, go. Let's have it naman Alex and Nico
The
version.
ending was the ending with the additional
Wait, how do we pop them up?
voice. No. The ending with additional voice was Estelle, so dapat si Estelle.
Ay, wow.
Look,
Since
you
Maglalag.
guys are in
she's
the
really
same
the female
room. That's how I'm
vocalist.
gonna lag.
Oo
Yeah.
nga.
Anyway.
Yan! Ayan na, oh!
Finish na.
One
He's
more
done
time.
playing. It should
One
be
more time
Estelle this
now.
time. It
One
should be
more
Estelle this
time!
time. I explained the
Encore.
lyrics. So.
Kahit yung ano lang.
All of a sudden, you will not see Alex in the video anymore.
Camera off. Joke.
Anyways,
Okay.
baka there are
Baka
questions
Kiko.
from the
Ay,
audience.
joke.
Or I don't know,
Kiko.
baka Estelle wants to say something.
Estelle, ikaw na.
Yeah, it's your time to
Oh.
shine, Estelle.
Yung last part mo, belting.
Yeah, the one part of Elsa.
Wala na. It's okay. It's okay. I think, Kiko, you can siguro tell the people, no? Share your talent. Oh, di ba sabi ni Kim? Share
Ang
daw your
gagawin ko?
talent, Alex. No, I mean, you can already you can already say the what yung challenge.
Ah, yeah.
I forgot.
Please initiate the challenge.
Ano
Yeah.
ulit yan? Sorry. Hindi ko nakita. Okay, I think
challenge.
kung tama yung challenge na naalala ko from them, I think it's supposed to be the hashtag Restless Soul cover challenge.
Oh
So
my gosh!
if ano ba to? If anyone wants to try covering the song, tama ba? Is that-
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good luck kasi ito lang reference niyo. Joke lang. No, I mean,
Grabe naman.
if you wanna try covering the song, feel free also to
Yeah.
reach out to us, I guess.
For tips? Wow. Ano to? Ano reach out?
Hindi ko alam. I mean, yeah.
Pero ano, kapag gano'n, di ba, ibig sabihin kailangan ng -1 version?
Or baka they're talented
Patay.
na musically. They're talented na musically. Baka they're talented na musically. So they know. Baka
I think
play by
we'll have an easier time after we release the production quality version.
Yeah, ayun.
Siguro we can make an
So-
official launch for the challenge.
So abangan ang hashtag Restless Soul cover challenge.
Yeah. Mga restless souls, ito na yung time nyo. Time to shine nyo. Okay.
Yeah.
Sige. Yun. Thank you so much, Estelle, Kiko, Nico, and Alex for sharing your time and talent in building this beautiful song. Yeah, let's
Couldn't
hope
have
for it
done
to
it
go
the whole
Thank
a
you.
long way. Yeah.
Thank you also.
Oo.
Credits rin sa other guys na kasama namin. Sila Lennon, si Ces, si Omar.
Woo!
Nalimutan si Omar. Joke lang.
No, of
Marian.
course not. We wouldn't be able to master
Marian.
Omar, Marian.
Si Marian. Idol.
Yes,
Mga idol.
super.
Okay. Sige.
Ang
So, I
dami
think
palang,
that's
daming
it for
involved. I'm looking
tonight.
at the list. Madaming involved talaga.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you for everyone who supported and for all your prayers.
Yeah. You're
Wait for the
welcome.
production quality version.
Yeah, that's
Very
exciting.
soon.
Abangan.
Oo.
God, can I just say, I was so proud of seeing you also in that interview and when you played the song.
Yeah, I was so proud of the song. I was like, wow, quality to. Global release. Yeah, actually ba in that show, that's the first time we've actually heard it. Ganon. Like the full
It's on
song,
the
the full
dedication
length
ni
of it.
Guada. She went to
Okay,
the States.
Hoy,
for
grabe
us.
naman. Samba lang yun na nagka-show ako bigla. Sakto nandun ako. Kaya napa-studio, di ba? So anyways, yun,
It
when
was
we
meant to
played
be.
TOB.
Meant to be.
Yeah.
Haha.
So yeah, global release because diba, like our viewers at the time were yun, Filipinos from all over the world. Yeah. So yun. Well, I guess the message naman talaga of the song, it's really meant to spread all over. So yeah. Yan. Okay. Closing remarks. Anything you'd want to say, Carla, before we end?
No, just reminding everyone that there's a crash landing on you for crash course tomorrow. So to the participants, see you tomorrow.
Yan. Please pray for that also,
What
for the
time will that
success of
be?
it. Yeah, tomorrow it's from 2 to 5:30 p.m.
Okay.
So yun. Basically the crash course, all the basic TOB principles will be explained. So yeah.
Super exciting. I think
Yeah.
that's how we started out, no? With a similar
Yeah.
crash
Yeah.
course. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Then who'd know that, we'd actually expand this much. Okay. Sige.
Ganun lang.
Thank you everyone and good night. I will end this soon.